Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Korean Fluency Journey. And today I would like to share um, with you guys about one important topic in learning a foreign language about pronunciation. Actually, I was very busy with my presentation at school. And yesterday I finished one of them and I did it in Korean. So, and you know what? I once again realized how pronunciation is important in learning a foreign language. And I wanted to share this with you and come up with some easy and effective ways to improve your Korean pronunciation. And also, I will be sharing how I did um, practice mm, Korean pronunciation. So, yes. And I really hope that this video will be helpful for you. And if you have any questions or any suggestions, I will be very glad to uh, read and to make other videos as well related to learning Korean. So first of all, I want to tell you why pronunciation is important. First of all, I think it's very important because it makes you look more credible. Whatever you talk, well, the main idea of getting good pronunciation is, of course, to be able to express your thoughts, your opinions clearly, so that the audience will listen to you and understand. And but not just expressing and telling something to people, but telling in a way that makes you more credible. I think it's very important. And I was convinced and persuaded once again that it's very important. So after presentation yesterday, I got a compliment from my professor who told me that I have a very clear Korean pronunciation. And I know that he was stating the obvious because I have been practicing Korean pronunciation for a long time, and I've put a lot of effort into improving and making it very clear and easy to understand for people. So my initial goal was not to sound like a native speaker, but to make my pronunciation easy to understand for people, for natives and for other Korean speakers as well. And and that gave me mm, like how to say, helped me to communicate with people easily. So with Koreans and other foreigners who speak Korean. So you have good pronunciation and clear pronunciation. You can easily communicate with people, and people will understand you better. And last but not least, correct pronunciation is also important because it's a very important tool to help you express your thoughts. Well, of course, you need to have words, you need to have good grammar in order to express your feelings, thoughts in a foreign language. But without having a clear pronunciation, I think people will not pay attention to what you're saying and people will not be interested at all. That's my personal opinion. Most people might think that it's not true, but for me, I have been working so hard on pronunciation, and I can say that it's very important skill, and most people might just ignore the pronunciation. Just having just little like good, pretty good pronunciation is enough, but I don't think so. So yeah, these are the main like reasons why you need to work hard to improve your pronunciation in Korean. And I'm going to share my tip, but I think this is very um common tip among Korean learners, not only Korean, but I think learners of other languages as well. So the easy way and most effective way to improve your pronunciation or to work on specific sounds, or how to say, syllables that you cannot get in Korean, that you have difficulties pronouncing, I think would be the Korean tongue twisters. So I did the same practice when I was learning English, and it really helped me to work to improve those sounds, like R sounds, as for example. In Korean, the same rule, the same how to say. There's no one like specific rule to improve your pronunciation through tongue twisters. You can just read, take any like tongue twisters and read several times, or you can choose the ones that you have how to say, difficulties pronouncing. For example, for most people, double consonants might pose some difficulties, so they can choose those kind of tongue twisters. And for some other people, they have some difficulties pronouncing um, like vowel sounds, right? So you can, yeah, there are lots of, if you search on Google, you can find lots of Korean tongue twisters, and you can just type also Korean tongue twisters for vowels or for double consonants and etc. And I brought some easy, but it looks easy, but it's not in the reality, because when you start practicing, it gets really hard, even for me, even for natives. Also, it's very hard. So I just brought some basic and very level zero, maybe, that most people get, like start practicing pronunciation through tongue twisters with these tongue twisters. And I'm just going to read it and just give some examples how you can do it at your own. It's not that hard, actually. And the most important thing here is not being able to read them fast, but try to read them clearly and correctly, because our goal is not to speak fast, but to become fluent and to become um, to sound clear. Fluency and speed, I think they are totally different things. So um, our goal here is to read clearly. Okay, so the I'll start with the first one is 간장 공장 공장장은 장 공장장이고 된장 공장 공장장은 강 공장장이다. So this is one sentence, and don't try to translate tongue twisters, because most of them don't make sense. So just the combination of different syllables and sounds. So most of them make sense when you translate, but um, most of them are just a combination of words. So it's not that important. So you just read slowly once and again, and you try to speed up and um, read it faster, right? 간장 공장 공장장은 장 공장장이고 된장 공장 공장장은 강 공장장이다. I can read it fast because I have been practicing this tongue twister for a long time. But if I'm given a new one, I can't. So pronounce it very quickly. So yeah. And the second one is for kiok, and for the vowels o and yo and all, right? So I think, yeah. And 고려고 교복은 고급 교복이고 고려고 교복은 고급 원단을 사용했다. So here, one of the difficult vowel sounds are the o, right? O and all, like English all. So 고려고 교복은 고급 교복이고 고려고 교복은 고급 원단을 사용했다. So you can practice like this. And the third tongue twister is 체다 치즈를 최고 많이 먹은 체다은이 체다 치즈 먹기 대회 체다 우승자이다. So it gets a little bit tough. So it's mostly the third one is for practicing the ch sound, aspirated ch. So 체다 치즈를 최고 많이 먹은 체다은이 체다 치즈 먹기 대회 체다 우승자이다. And the last one is for peep, and for peep, aspirated peep. 저분은 백 법학사이고 이분은 박 법학사이다. So 저분은 백 법학사이고 이분은 박 법학사이다. So you as you can see, it gets more difficult, and because the same sounds um, are in one tongue twister, and it's not easy to pronounce it in a very fast way. So just practice, take your time, and make mistakes. It's okay. We all make mistakes, and but if you practice over and over, at least 5 to maybe 10 times a day, your pronunciation will get much better, and yeah, people will notice that. So even Korean people, when they will prepare for a kind of speech or a presentation, they kind of also work on their pronunciation with these tongue twisters. It's a very useful way and method. So yeah, and in conclusion, just some um, ideas, some my tips. If there might be some people who might are having difficulties practicing or improving their pronunciation, I was also um, experiencing those kind of situations. It was very hard for me because they the sounded totally the same to me. I had a very hard time, and that's why I always tell people or students who ask me for like a method or for advice that practice, just practice. There are people who are born with those abilities. Just they just need one class or one just um, lesson with a teacher, or they can just get the main thing, and they can become very fluent in a very fast way, and their pronunciation also might sound very perfect, right? But there are people like me as well who faces difficulties in order to achieve something. So that's why I can say that nothing happens overnight. You need to practice, you need to work hard in order to achieve, and in order to have clear pronunciation in Korean. Not only in Korean, but these tips and pieces of advice might apply to other languages as well. And always don't be afraid of making mistakes, and don't be afraid of getting feedback from native speakers or from other people who are better than you, right? But most of us feel afraid and feel kind of um, how to say I kind of forgot the right word for that. Um, mm, I so we don't want to get feedback, right? We don't want to be criticized by other people. Feedback and criticism is totally different. Like, so don't be afraid. Ask for people to correct you, or if you are that kind of person who doesn't want to be corrected, just tell them not to correct it explicitly, like by telling you, oh, you made a mistake here. You need to say it, or you need to pronounce it like this way, but tell them this way. So if I make any pronunciation mistakes, just don't tell me that I made that kind of mistake, but just tell it once again, repeat that word or that sentence once again, so that I can understand that you didn't understand what I said, and that means so I need to pronounce the way that you did. So this is also a very good tip for um, students, for people who have some kind of problem with their confidence and with getting feedback from other people. So, and try to expose yourself more to natural listening. So listen more, and speak to native speakers if you have any chance, and so with yourself more. And one important tip here is to recording yourself before practice and after practice. So every time whenever you read, for example, a sentence aloud, take your phone, record yourself before, and practice, whether it's a tongue twister or your book or any other thing. And then for 5, 10 times after practicing, you can again um, record yourself, and you can compare what has been improved and what's not, and what you need to do more to improve. So yeah, this is all what I have for today. It was a very quick decision to make this video because I really wanted to share, and I was really happy yesterday. So someone noticed my effort by giving me a compliment for my Korean pronunciation. So if I did, you can also do that. So good luck in your with your studies of Korean language. And if you have any questions, always feel free to leave a comment. I will be happy to read and uh, try my best to make other videos that will help you with your Korean fluency. Thank you very much. Bye.